Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, it's Regit and welcome to the not true forming of Catman. I was gonna say true forming and then tell you it wasn't, but you already know that it's not true forming of Catman, so that's fine. I assume you know why, if you haven't been well versed in the recent-ish events of the channel. We realised that growing strange is a bit of a ridiculous stage to have to farm over and over again, be that the level itself being too difficult or the drop rate of the stuff you get from it not reflecting the difficulty of the stage. So I decided to boycott it until it's changed, and in update 7.3 it hasn't been changed. Other levels have been, other levels that I've managed to do and were reasonably fine, they've been changed, but Growing Strange has not. So there you go. My standards will be upheld and we will not be true forming Catman. However, this video is a video I've been looking forward to and thinking about for quite a long time, because this video is a video of stuff to go back to, stuff that hasn't been talked about for a very long time. So, what haven't I been doing for a very long time? The follow-on to Stories of Legend, the Uncanny Legends. We left Ancient Curse a long while ago, because I was stuck on it, but I think today might be quite a good day to go back and do that. There's something I really love about coming back to stuff. Not sure if I'll be of the same opinion after a couple of attempts at Ancient Curse, but we have with us some help. So there are different strategies that have been suggested. It's been so long, I don't know what they are. Right, okay, here's the advice then. This one's quite ages, this comment, but we'll try and have a look through it. So what we were trying to do was stack Cyberpunk cats or something like that, and we got nowhere near being able to do anything like that. So I assume what we have here is what this comment is about. So instead, we're brute forcing it with drama true form, because hack stacking has a lot of technicality to it and is incredibly boring. Right, okay. So this one suggests hypermaxing our slapstick cats. I'm going to try it without to start off with, see what we can do, and then hypermax it if necessary. But this is our alternative, and I have no idea what I'm doing because it's been so long. So I reckon, in the words of your favourite YouTubers everywhere, let's jump straight into it. One thing I'd like to point out is that I don't know what on earth this is going to sound like, because behold ye, we is not recording in the quick times. Oh no, quick times have changed. And it's all a little bit different now. While I deal with this Doge, I'd like to tell you a little bit of a story. So, people have been suggesting OBS off and on now and again. I've had a lot of trouble with OBS, principally because it's the most un-user-friendly thing I've ever had the misfortune to come across. Incredibly powerful software, but it makes no effort to make any of its features make sense. But through a lot of asking people, a lot of reading stuff, and a lot of trial and error, we've actually managed to recently make some progress with it, even up to the point where we've managed, through downloading something called I Show You, whatever on earth that is, managed to get the game audio right here. Pause that before Big Boy comes out. I think I adjusted it so it should be good, but it might be a little bit loud for my voice when I tail off, or you might even not be able to hear it. But in any case, we did all sorts of things until we could get this audio in. I was like, wow, that's dead fancy. I recorded me on Rangers saying diddle-dee 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 dee, OBS is not for me, and it sounded absolutely fantastic, because the advantage with this now is that we can actually record in 1080p, unlike QuickTime, which no longer does that for no apparent reason. I'm so glad we've recently been able to actually get some of this horrendously unhelpful software to work. Powerful, but incredibly unhelpful. And apparently, I mean, I tweeted OBS about it, apparently they're working on it being user-friendly, but that doesn't really help us at the moment, so we will have to continue struggling through it. And that reminds me also, I recorded a little thing previously to making all these amazing discoveries, but still an important thing that I'll now slot in. What really annoys me is when people come along and decide that they know your experience is better than you do. They just come along and decide that something is a lot easier than you found it. For example, greater than symbol, calling OBS complicated. It is complicated for me. That's why I've complained about it. You can feel differently. You have a right to feel differently, but you don't have a right to condescend people. When people on the beginner account videos say, I'm really struggling with Chapter 2 Moon. I can't do it. It's really difficult. I don't reply to them saying, oh, no, it's not. You're really bad. No, I give them advice. Ask them if they've got their treasures. Try and help them beat the level. Wouldn't it be really nice if people like this could just remove their head from their rear end and actually be there to help people instead of condescending them and deciding that something is easier than the person found it? You know, that would be great if people started to be helpful. But in any case, let's get back to this flipping level. We're about to release the Kraken, although much, much worse. It is, in fact, your boy. Right, where you at? Where you at, son? I was trying to, you know, foreshadow you. There you go. You're out now. Okay, we'll slow you. Not sure if that's the best cannon to have. Maybe that was in the advice and I just skimmed over it too much. But apparently the idea is with Thaumaturge is that it dies. If we're weakening this boy often enough, it shouldn't be able to kill my erasers and stuff that quickly. And so it should roughly stay where it is, which obviously is what we were aiming for with hacker stacking. But because I'm inept and useless, I couldn't really manage that. And I must say, it feels like it's going a little bit better than it once did. I mean, it's obviously not going nearly as well as we'd need it to go because I pushed forward a little too fast. Not really easy to manage when you haven't been in the stage for so long, but it might well be a promising start. We've got, what, 3 more attempts at this, but we have options. We have definite options. My next attempt, I think, I'm going to try and bring out the start longer so we can upgrade our worker cat more, and then if that doesn't work, it's time for upgrade. Right, worker cat right at the start, and then a cautionary eraser. Yeah, well, the relic doges are already out, so that'll probably be a good idea. There may be a metal cat. That'll hopefully let us last for a little while we just wait for another relic doge to come along on the scene. Aha! You have no power over me. I should also note that recording in 1080p, because the video as you see it might well have a limit of 720p. I mean, that's part of it taking a lot longer to upload and render the videos and all of that with 1080p, and part of it because I don't actually believe in 1080p. I think 720p and up looks exactly the same, mainly so that we can actually zoom in. When you zoom in on stuff, it's important to have a higher base resolution. Otherwise, you may have seen in more recent videos where we couldn't really do anything with QuickTime, it looking absolutely shocking just by virtue of the fact that when you zoom in on that resolution, which is fine in the full screen, it looks pixelated and blurry and rubbish. But now it should be crisp, clean and beautiful, I hope. And look at that, level 4 worker cat. I doubt we've actually done better. I feel as though we have actually done worse than before. But aha, a relic doge. Is that gonna help us stay a little bit longer? I reckon this is gonna be one of those annoying things where I just end up killing it when I don't want to, when they seem ridiculously strong, when I want to be able to kill them. But it's still giving us some nice stall time, which is good as well. Oh, relic doge, thank you. It's actually strong enough to delay us for a decent amount of time there, but not long enough to actually kill all of our stuff. But I reckon Ultraland the Ultraman now, and then everything else to try and protect him. Hopefully now that we got Thaumaturge and everything else, we're going to be able to keep him rooted in place. We got a nice slow going there. If we can keep that, that would be lovely. Do I think we're going to keep that? No chance. Go on, Ultraland. Go on. Go on. Hey, Ultraman. I'm doing the old maglev, but it was good, actually. They got the relic doge. I thought it was going to be a useless waste of money. But no, we do seem very close to Ultraland. Come on. The slapstick cats. A bit more meat shielding. Ultraland's going to perish, isn't he, before his next shot? He is indeed. The big, lanky fellow falls, as per usual. And we fail miserably once again. We are going to be trapped with this guy. I tell you what then, I've always said I'd try and keep my cats at just like level 30 or whatever level they were until we definitely need to upgrade them, because we can't do a level without the upgrade. And now that time calls, it is time to hypermax you wherever you may be, slapstick cats. I don't visit you in the menu that often. You are somewhere. Ah. There we go. So in a nice twist of fate, we've actually got the most cat size of Super A. You can see I've been stocking them up for a long time just through doing Gamma Toto normally and just not hypermaxing stuff. Because, I don't know, if I don't need to, I feel a little bit more achievement from not having something hypermaxed and being able to do it. You may argue there's Uber Carry, but at least it's not Chillola Uber Carry. Feels interesting to finally actually be spending a little bit of XP. Level 40 then. 1 million XP brings us down to tiny amounts of XP, under 45 million now. That's just not on. But we have a level 40... 40 plus 2. Doesn't that bring back memories? Now that I've hypermaxed you, I hope you won't be quite as much of a disappointment as Hajiri was when I hypermaxed it. Tar. I reckon in these final 2 runs, I'm just going to start ramping up what I'm putting into the level. So we've put a hypermax into this level now, but I think if we fail on this run, what I'm going to do after that is bring out the items. Maybe a rich cat. Definitely a sniper cat to keep the guy back. The strategy I now think I'm going to employ is going to be just erasers and ghetto amigos. That means if we do happen to kill the relic doges, we'll make our way slowly to the base and might get the chance of seeing another relic doge before we bring out... Is it relic bun, this one? Because the other one was a mecha bun. I can't keep up. This was update 7.0 and I still can't keep up. To be honest, I wanted this to be a really slow introduction to all this and it hasn't been. So I guess I've just been making it slow myself. But then being away from it for so long has sort of made me very unknowledgeable in the topic. But there you go. You know, we seem to be stalling these rather well. And now I just need to actually turn a profit so I can upgrade my worker cat. That would be brilliant. Killed a few of them, which is good actually, because they were stacking up quite a lot. And I'm not going to spawn anything more for a while, because I think that's just 1 relic doge left now. We've still only reached worker cat level 4, which is really sad, because I feel like I've worked a lot harder on this one than on the other runs to keep ourselves not moving forward, and yet we still reach roughly the same point. Can there be another relic doge, please? I didn't think I'd be asking that before now, but please? No? Okay. Well, that's just fantastic, isn't it? So let's get ourselves ready for the boss coming out. Excellent. Well, we couldn't have hoped for anything better. Or rather, we probably shouldn't have hoped for anything better. Because do you really think there was going to be anything better? Ultralan! Oh, I think he was too far away. That hurts. Will our Hypermax slapstick cats help? Well, they did seem to survive a hit there. Don't know if they usually do. Wasn't really that observant. Missing my meat shields. This is trademark Regit. This is nothing changes. It's been so long, and yet nothing changes. Ultraman! The Ultraman! Well, that changed. We got a second shot. And I'm just randomly magleving. Maglev's in the middle spot, right? I can't help but go for the middle spot. I can't say that's trashed it. It's just not gone well. Nothing ever changes. I think I'd be right in saying that this maglev's probably for advanced stalling of the relic doges, something I'm probably never ever going to manage. So I'm just going to get rid of that in favour the Cyberpunk. If we have 1, that's better than none. Hopefully that will help towards the slow. Other than that, I assume everything else is probably useful, and I am really very much lacking many anti-relic cats. Through my own choice, yes, but through a choice that I am not going to change, even if we don't succeed now. Holding up ideals and standards is more important than 1 level. If we can't do the Uncanny Legends, there's other things we can be doing. Rich cat then. Oh, it hurts to go below triple figures. I've been saving them up for so long. Oh well. Sniper the cat. Cat CPU? I mean, we will have a max level worker cat, and it can be trusted to spam a lot better than I can. Is there anything that needs particular timings for this? I mean, Ultraman, yes, but I can deal with the 2 more expensive units. But other than that, I think it's fairly just sort of spam it, I reckon. So yeah, a CPU will probably help the cause. I'll bring that. Why not? Definitely not a speed up. It goes by and I lose very quickly as it is. Turn off the CPU. We can keep the sniper cat on. Hopefully that means we can meat shield a little bit less and save a little bit more. No need to upgrade the worker cat this time. Just need to try and get the monies to max and start building up some stuff. I wonder whether going to the base with the more expensive units would be a good idea. I doubt it, just because they could get killed being so close to there, and then walking up is usually safer. I say that having experienced several times today everything dying, but 1 more Thaumaturge. I'm worried they're actually doing quite a lot of damage, or something is. Maybe the huge great manic macho legs, but I don't know. I don't know stats, I don't know damage, I don't know all these intricate things. I just put cats on the field. I like simple beginner levels I can explain to people. I don't know what all this relic stuff means. Oh no, we flipping. We're not going to have to go with it. I've turned the sniper off then. Hopefully this relic doge can just eat through all of us. I reckon it's strong enough to do that. I mean, it's just going to happen to be that this time it's not going to be strong enough and we're going to kill it ourselves. But I reckon, right, if we play our cards right, i.e. not putting down any any cats at all and not turning on the sniper, we can delay for a little longer. Not that we need to, our monies are at max now, so this is going to give us the best chance that it can, I hope, as long as all the thaumaturges don't die. Try and bring out all the slow stuff, and maybe a little bit of that and a little bit of that. I reckon the other stuff I'll just keep, make sure I have monies for. I'll put the sniper cat back on. After I've cannoned, I'll put the CPU on, and then surely it can't go wrong. Surely. I mean, hopefully. There's always the chance that it could go wrong. Right, okay, I'll slow you right here. I'll get these two, and CPU, work your magic. I mean, CPU could have just done literally all those things itself, but for expensive things, CPU can't really be trusted. For everything else, you well know it's far better than me. Oh, money's looking a bit thin on the ground. CPU refusing to spawn the meat shields. I will swoop in and help with that. Had very much experience of that lately doing the craze cats on the beginner account. We'll give him a slow again. Hopefully get an injection of money soon. The slow continues, which is excellent. Another slapstick cats, another Zamboni. Sniper the cat doing very good work there. I think the CPU's outlived its usefulness now that we're just struggling with our funds. Meat shield, meat shield, meat shield. Meat shield, meat shield, meat shield. Very good commentary. Oh, that is a sight I like to see there. A completely rooted in place relic bun. That is a lovely sight. Thaumaturge working with Cyberpunk, Ultraman, everything else, knocking this guy back into his base. But I'm worried because when we knock him back, he doesn't really move. Is that offsetting us? Putting us a little bit at risk? It could well be. Right, we've got a few more monies now. Just let the CPU spam what it can until we're back in financial difficulty. I'll slow it again. Stuff looking a bit thin on the ground. Well, be my fault. Usually probably is. Keep doing the cheap meat shields now that we've got barely any monies. Oh, yes! Who's your daddy? Not me, right? I'm not your daddy. And look at that, through persistence we have finally got there. We've come back after a large hiatus to actually beat it again. I'm glad we managed to do that because the amount of stick I would have got and been told to go back to going strange if we hadn't beaten it. But we have. The boycott can still remain, and would have anyway, but it can still remain in a more happy light because we have beaten the ancient curse and for some reason the entirety of the first Uncanny Legends subchapter. Absolutely wonderful. We've flipping done it. And now we've unlocked the big boy. The big flipping boy. Raise your level caps. Cats can achieve higher levels before max using cat's eyes. That's phantasmic. Absolutely brilliant. And we got the true form of a unit I have not yet ever used. And there we go. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Here Be Dragons is unlocked, which I'm sure we can move to in the future, and the Endless Wood there lies after that. We've achieved it. I've heard this level 50 thing is called Ultramaxing or some such thing. I think we'll get round to that on maybe a select few units like Dread Pirate Catley and Oda. But other than that, I think I'll reserve that again for if we get stuck. Probably Slapstick, right? We'll probably need to Ultramax that in future to be able to maintain the boycott. But still, I think this puts us in a good position. Being able to achieve things and have fun and hopefully make a decent video without giving into growing strange, without going for that Catman true form. I'm sorry if you did want to see it, but Battle Cat Bro's probably done a video on it. Hey guys, Random Boy. No, I love Battle Cat Bro. I mean, Chawsey technically did a video on it. He wanted to get that true form, then people were like, Chawsey, you have even less chance than Regit does. It probably isn't even true. Chawsey could do a much better job, and I think he has a lot more determination to keep going through a ridiculous drop rate stage, but we shan't. The boycott shall remain until Growing Strange is fixed, and look where that's got us now. Success. A new legend, completed it. You've been wanting it for a while, I've been wanting it for a while, and now we've actually done it. I'm glad for our success. I'm glad you've tuned in to watch the video, and I hope you enjoyed.